いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Caesar salads really are the best. Whoever first put crunchy and cheesy in a salad must have been enlightened.
Yeah, I like the little crunchy bits.
Me too. Whenever they put in extra, it feels like I hit the jackpot. Now, what were these things called? Crew...
Wasn't it croutons?
Oh yeah, croutons. Ah, I'm surprised you knew.
Ha, easy question. Man, if I had me a big pile of croutons, I'd never eat another meal again.
No. Only reason they're good is because they're so sparse. If all you had was croutons, you'd probably think they suck.
You think so? Damn, dude, that's
Pretty shallow, really.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Okay, let me dish you guys up.
Who are you trying to impress, Sachan? Just sit back and relax, would you? You don't gotta put on the classy lady act for us.
Oh? And just what is that supposed to mean?
Well,
If you think I'm doing this to earn brownie points from you nerds, you're wrong. I only serve because that's the power play.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep, purely self-motivated. Same thing when girls offer to divvy up the salad.
I don't get it.
I'm saying a girl who takes the initiative to serve the boys is really just angling for a better plate for herself.
Dang, you guys think on a whole nother level.
seriously though, here I was thinking girls were just...
Well, you're free to believe what you like.
Okay, then I believe you're a kind, sensitive soul whose willingness to serve us chicken is but one of your many acts of compassion.
Yeah, like a mother. That's why you heap on the salad with all that extra love and care.
You did not just compare me to a mother. You two are so dense. And by the way, don't leave those skewers lying out. You'll stab yourselves.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Mom.
Mom.
Oh, shut up!
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
This cucumber tataki is beyond delicious.
Yeah, tastes damn good.
You know, it almost reminds me of the cucumber kimchi back home. I imagine this pairs well with alcohol.
Oh, are you saying what I think you're saying?
I wasn't actually implying we should drink, but seeing as you're in the mood, I might as well indulge.
Then let's get drinking. Now, what goes good with cucumbers?
Oh, wow. This really does go well with beer.
At first, I thought you'd want some kind of fancy drink. But in the end, I realized beer was the winning choice.
It is by far. Sometimes the simplest solution is best.
Glad we think alike.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。
Who's hungry?
Me!
So this is Japan's take on cookpop. I actually like it.
Tasty, isn't it? I know it's not the real thing, but it's good in its own way.
I would have to agree. Whoever made this really knows what they're doing.
Huh? Is something wrong?
Wasn't this the place that had problems with the Komijul?
Yeah, it was.
I'm aware we're responsible for that. I should meet with the owner and apologize.
Don't. We're past that already. Better to let those wounds heal than reopen them, right? If you really want to make amends, let's focus on our mission. That way, the people here can live in peace.
Kasuga-san, you're right. That was wise.
If anything, why not buy local whenever you go out? That's another way of giving back energy, right?
That's fine, but won't that take forever? What I should do is hop on a bicycle generator and go full power.
I'm not sure that's gonna be anything.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Who's up? Me!
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。
This is the worst. I'm out of here. Cummy's gotta do something. We're done here. Betty.
「いらっしゃいませ。
Me.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。
I may need to puke.
Yo, Jungi Han. If you're here drinking by yourself, I might as well join you.
Is that so? Well, I have no reason to tell you no. Do as you like. By the way, Kasuga-san, there's something I should tell you.
What's up?
I was contacted by someone in the Komijuru. I've been told a group of people have been looking into me as of late. They seem to have learned that Jungi Han is somewhere in Ijincho.
No fooling. What's that all about?
No, we don't have much to go on at the moment. Nonetheless, we verified suspicious activity in my wake. That said, if they come seeking hostility, you and the others may be dragged into it along with me.
You know I don't mind getting dragged into your bullshit. We're tight.
That's precisely why I don't want to trouble you.
Don't be stupid. What's a friend for if you can't cause him some trouble every now and then? I welcome it with open arms, in fact. I can handle whatever shady shit you can throw at me.
Such enthusiasm. I can't say I'm not amused.
So, any guess as to who these guys might be?
I can't be 100% certain, but it's highly likely that they're remnants of the Jingon Mafia.
Jingon Mafia? Then they're basically old allies, right?
It's hard to say. To them, I'm just cannon fodder, impersonating their dead boss. Perhaps they see that as unforgivable, in which case their goal would be to punish me.
Punish?
It's possible they'd go so far as to kill me.
Then couldn't we just avoid all this shit by saying you're not Jungi Han anymore?
Maybe so.
It's gotta be weird being another person forever. It's probably best to just be yourself, right? If I were you, I'd try to get my old name and face back.
A name is one thing. A face, however, it's not something you can change time and time again. Moreover, I'm still waiting for more information on my pursuers. We shouldn't need to take action just yet.
Well, it's your call, so I'm good with that. But won't it be a drag if you get caught with your pants down and you're left wishing you would have been ready?
Right. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Man, you're always playing it so fucking cool. Would it kill you to listen to someone else for once?
I'd ask that you refrain from praise. You'll only embarrass me.
It wasn't a damn compliment. Who's hungry? Me!
This shark fin soup is something else. It's so good.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Sachan. Wonder what's actually in here, though. No way it's really shark, right?
Huh? Ichiban. Why else would they call it shark fin soup?
I don't know. But you're serious?
Yep, you're eating real shark right now.
Like the ones that eat people?
Well, not exactly. Great whites aren't really for cooking. I don't actually know what kind of shark it is, but it is real, that's for sure.
That's crazy! Who would have thought man's greatest enemy would taste so good?
Only you would think about it that way.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
This is so good. I could eat this almond jelly non-stop.
If I recall, people used to take this when they were sick to help the medicine.
Yeah? Well, whoever thought that up is a genius. I mean, who says no to dessert?
Next time I'm sick, I'm taking the pills with this.
Well, you really should stick to water.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Me? You guys got some killer shrimp gyoza. The Liumang really know their stuff.
I'll say. This is some of the best I've had.
Oh, generous words coming from you guys.
Looks like we scarfed that down no problem.
Okay, then why don't I give you a little quiz? Get it right and seconds are on me.
You mean it? Then hey, let's do this.
Tell me, which of these dishes is considered dim sum? Right you are.
Hell yeah!
Come on, Zhao, what kind of bullshit question is that?
Huh? What do you mean?
My bad, guys. Trick question. None of it was right. In general, dim sum is any dish that's not an entree or soup. That means meat buns, spring rolls, even sweets could be dim sum.
Man, now I feel like a dumbass. But hey, at least I learned something.
You did good. Now here, more gyoza as promised.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。
I was wondering if anyone would show up. I didn't expect it to be you. Aren't you busy? Should you really be drinking right now?
I'll drink whenever the hell I want to drink, Zhao. And don't forget, I was a regular at this place before you were.
Oh, is that how you want to play it? Okay, well, if we're doing that, then who's the newcomer in Ijincho, Kasuga? You or me?
Fair point.
Man, this whole schooling you as your senpai thing sure is embarrassing.
Yeah, you win.
Anyway, sit down, yeah?
You know, when we're out drinking like this, it's hard to imagine you ever being the leader of a gang.
Everyone's the same once you strip off the mask they put on for work. Rich, poor, leader, follower, whatever. You never know what people are really like.
Right. You can't judge someone just by looks alone. The important part is what's on the inside.
You catch on fast, Kasuga-kun.
Nah, I'm just stating the obvious, man.
Gotta look at someone's character to see whether they'd be a good leader or not. All jokes aside, there's this whole idea of being next in line just because you're the boss's son. No logic in it, but it's always there.
Yeah, can't choose who your parents are. Still, wasn't there some way you could have given up the throne? Not everybody's cut out to run a gang. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm sure somebody else would have stepped up if you had stepped down. Most important thing in any group is the leader being a good fit.
I don't know if I was a good fit or not, but I was a pretty sharp kid back then. If I put my mind to it, I could excel at pretty much anything. Sports, school, all that shit. And I don't remember losing any fights either. I was a lot craftier than the other kids.
Sounds like you were pretty talented.
I just didn't give a flying fuck, that's all. Guess that's what happens when you're good at everything.
Real modest, aren't you?
Up until I swapped places with my old man, we were always fighting with our rivals in Chinatown. But after their boss, Lau Ka Long, bit the big one, the Ijin 3 got their stalemate going.
Your rivals from Chinatown. Are you talking about the Snake Flower Triad? They were pretty crazy.
They pulled out of Japan a long time ago. There's not many of them left.
Oh, so you became the leader of the Yokohama Liumang after the Snake Flower Triad was out of the picture.
Just about. Had to have been almost 10 years ago. Honestly, the whole thing was a pain in the ass. Ogi Kubo let me in on the whole counterfeit bills thing right away. Also told me about how the stalemate in Ijincho was rigged from the start.
Man, still can't hardly believe that.
The only people in the Liumang that knew about that were my dad and the old guard. The new boys kept saying they wanted to move in and take over, but it was always up to me to keep them on their leashes. Then it was no ambition this and a weak-ass bitch that. Sounds like a fun job, eh?
Haven't seen this side of you before, Zhao. You're really starting to open up and let loose. How many have you had?
It's not like I gotta worry about the gang anymore, so I'll get as drunk as I damn well please. Is that a problem?
Hell no, it's not. I was just saying, it's been fun.
Fun, huh? Well, maybe I have shown too much of my hand. If I was still the boss, my bodyguards would have stopped me by now.
Oh, really? I hope I didn't kill your buzz.
Nah, I know you're the kind of guy that just says whatever pops into his head. I'm gonna go sober up.
Yeah, sure. Let's get another drink when you're up for it.
Sounds good. Same goes for you, all right?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Oh, Namba, it's kind of cute seeing you curl up with hot milk.
Clearly you fail to understand the many benefits it has to offer.
Benefits? What, from heating up milk?
That's right. Hot milk is good for the body and soul. It helps clear your skin, aids digestion, even loosens up the bowels and helps you fall asleep.
Oh man, it does all that? Huh. Glad I asked the party nurse. Maybe I should try some. Sure could use nicer skin. Oh, that is good. Hot milk always tastes like this?
I'm glad you finally noticed. Hot milk's not just for kids, you know. Grown-ups need it too.
You opened my eyes, Namba. I think today should be a national holiday. Hot Milk Appreciation Day.
Okay, now you're just mocking me.
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Me!
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Who's me?
Nothing like the smell of fresh mocha.
You really love coffee, don't you?
I do. And this mocha is some of the best I've had.
You know, what's the difference between mocha, Kilimanjaro, Blue Mountain, and all that? Is it the flavor, or the value, or what?
Well, different varieties have different prices. For instance, Kopi Luwak's worth 10 grand. And that's only for 200 grams.
People drop that much on coffee? What a world! Those beans made of gold?
Believe it or not, they're taken from the droppings of a muscat. There's not a lot in production either, so it's got high scarcity value.
You mean this is cat shit coffee? And it's worth 10 grand? I guess people will do anything to wake up in the morning.
I don't know. I kind of want to try it. Should I let you know if I get my hands on some?
Yeah, that's a hard pass. I take my caffeine crap free.
Delicious tea.
ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
いらっしゃいませ。
Have I told you how much I love this soup? It is seriously the best soup in the world.
Even better than soup from a 5-star restaurant?
Believe me, it wouldn't come close.
I mean, this is good and all, but I gotta think a fancy restaurant would win out.
In this case, it's not about quality. As a student, my friends and I would go here after school just to have soup and chit-chat. One spoonful's all it takes to bring the good times back.
Oh, I get you. What you're savoring is the memories.
Right. And if the world was ending tomorrow, I'd probably get this as my last meal.
Okay, then. For my last meal, I'd have a cup of Fin sake, Ijincho style.
Fin sake? What even is that?
Why don't I go fishing and have you try some?
Delicious tea.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Oh, this coffee's just perfect.
Yep. Nowadays, you can get coffee that'll blow your mind practically anywhere.
If only Sunghui heard you say that. She had me master all these brewing methods just to get it how she likes.
Oh, yeah? I guess there's a lot you can do with coffee, huh?
Absolutely. You can siphon it, French press it, drip it through a cloth. But you know, there was a day we completely ran out of beans. So one of my men had the bright idea to make Sunghui.
Oh. Hope she didn't get too pissed. What'd she end up saying?
I see you've bought new coffee. Best I've had so far. Oh, and I heard that. I couldn't help but notice how much instant coffee has improved, and it was a bitter cup to swallow. I'll say that much.
Dang. At least you did your job?
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。
Who's hungry?
Me.
This miso soup really warms you up.
You choke on a tofu or something?
No, it's just... my soup's all watery.
Ugh, I hate it when they make it like that. It's practically inedible at that point. At least they got mine right.
Mine tastes just fine. Guess Kasuga-kun's the odd man out.
Yeah, I've had hot water that tastes better.
Think of it as reduced sodium. It's healthier.
Yeah, better than getting kidney stones, right?
If I want less sodium, it should be up to me, damn it!
Delicious.
ありがとうございました。
Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you for your concern, Songhui.
Yo, what'd she say?
Oh, nothing. She just asked for an update on the situation. That's all.
Yeah? Bet it feels pretty good knowing a babe like her's looking out for you.
I'm blessed to serve one such as she. The Jungi-han I served before was quite the blessing as well. If I'm to talk about Jungi-han, I'll need to provide some backstory.
Cool with me. I got plenty of time.
Ha! Then I hope you're prepared to sit for a while.
Sure, I'm all ears.
My father was one of the stray Jingwon Mafia I mentioned earlier. And to speak further, he was a lowly thug left behind in a foreign land. In my youth, I was relentlessly beaten by my father, in addition to being neglected by those around me. Home, school. No place provided me with even the slightest bit of sanctuary. Thinking back on it, I'm sure I was a rather dissolute child.
Well, you're not alone in feeling like you got no place to go. Plenty of people feel that way, even civilians.
Feelings of isolation are really that common, huh? Not sure if I should be comforted or not.
Sorry, didn't derail the story, did I?
The real Jungi-han had also been raised in a poor and neglected environment like me. But rumors of his strength, intelligence, and ambition started to swirl. And as the men from my father's generation grew older, Jungi-han started gaining more and more power. In fact, it was thanks to him that the stray Jingon found any success in Kamurocho at all. While the Tojo clan was being choked by anti-violence laws, the Jingon Mafia were steadily gaining a sense of existence.
Sounds like he must have been pretty cool.
Yes, but my father, who underestimated him as some young greenhorn, failed to prove his worth and was left trying to catch up. A staunch alcoholic, He used what drunken wit he had to try to get close to the young leader. So, eventually he worked out a plan. He would mold his own son's face, set him up as a body double, and offer him as tribute.
What?
I was drugged by my father, and this was done to me while I slept.
No way. He did all that just to impress the boss?
When he was presented with a body double, even the real Jungi-han could only force a smile. But he saw what had gone into my face, and he respected the effort. So he said it was a fair offer, and took me under his wing.
And what's your father doing now?
He's long since passed away. His health was already in steady decline, and for what it's worth, I'm sure he wasn't opposed to dying at the bottom of a bottle.
That's a shame. Guess you two weren't super close then.
Jungi-han kept me at his side as much as possible so that I might learn his mannerisms. Strangely enough, it was the only place that finally felt like home. I was very much his servant, and he was very much my master. But in spite of that, we shared a lot of laughs in the long time we spent together. A lot of drinks as well. And though I was his double, it would be rude of me to say that we came to resemble twins.
So the way you're talking right now, that's something Jungi-han taught you?
The real Jungi-han had a way with words I never will. And when he walked into a room, you knew it. Try as I might, I would never reach his level.
Hearing you say all that makes me even more curious.
About what, may I ask?
Well, actually, I was wondering if you two ever made any dirty jokes.
Dirty jokes? Why would you ask?
Because you make it sound like he was this class act, so I just wondered if he ever let his hair down and told a fart joke or something.
Ha! I never once heard Jungi-han speak so crassly.
Okay, but what about you? Body double or not, you're a completely different person.
Well, yes, this is true.
Then did you guys ever just shoot the shit? Did you tell him any dirty jokes or like a bad pun or something?
I may have made a joke or two.
Oh shit, I want to hear him sometime.
Oh, I think not. I wouldn't want to shame his memory.
Sorry, didn't mean to get carried away.
No offense taken. You've made me think back on some fond times.
You're welcome. But you know, despite me saying sorry, there's still one thing I gotta ask.
And that is?
Isn't it about time you told me your real name?
Ah.
Still a no, huh?
Ha. Just a little taken aback is all. I have no problem telling you. When I was first brought into this world, I was given the name Yeonsu Kim.
Yeonsu Kim.
I have no intention of returning to that name. Not when the real Jungi-han has already passed away.
The real one took a bullet to the head, yeah?
Correct. There was conflict with a group from Hiroshima that had made its way into Tokyo. As far as I'm concerned, the Jingon Mafia died along with him. At the time, I was given the role of staring down the other hostile groups within Kamurocho as Jungi-han. But with their real boss dead, the remaining Jingon Mafia in Kamurocho were nothing but paper tigers. Should our enemies have discovered this, we would have been ousted and probably killed.
If it were me, I probably would have gotten the hell out of Kamurocho. Left everything behind.
Yes, that's precisely what I did. The few remaining members at my side did the same. But seeing as the Jingon Mafia was all I'd ever had, I had no place to go. No refuge where I might reconvene with my allies. I was lost and alone in the world. Like a man dying of thirst in the desert. surrounded by a hungry pack of wolves.
Sounds like you had it rough.
I found a faint glimmer of hope in the Korean community here in Japan. But even they refused to accept me, as I was nothing but a criminal to them. Thinking on it now, I should have expected as much from those living an honest life. But still, in my confusion and dismay, I challenged them, asking why they would abandon one of their own.
I get that.
It was enough to make them call the police. And I'm sure that under normal circumstances, I would have been taken away. However...
Huh? Come on, man. Don't just leave me hanging.
The police officers were imposters. And instead of being incarcerated, I was brought to my new home, Yokohama Ijincho.
So those fake officers, were they?
Members of the Komijul, sent to retain me under the orders of Samui. It turned out that the Komijul was a place that many former Jingon members had drifted to. Those that distanced themselves from Kamurocho slowly but surely found their way there.
Oh yeah. Songhui did mention something about the Komijul having roots in the Jingon Mafia.
Indeed. Komijul is essentially a safe haven for refugees. That's why they tend to keep quiet and remain exceedingly closed off. For many years, they spied on the Jingon Mafia in Kamurocho from a distance, keeping close watch on their movements. I was fortunately saved by the hand that the Komijul had extended to me. Moreover, Songhui told me what had happened to the real Jungi-han. That he had been shot in the head by an assassin hired by the Hiroshima Yakuza, taken by surprise from the shadows.
An assassin? So what'd you guys do? You kill him?
No. By the time I'd learned of his existence, he was already dead. I wasn't even given the chance for revenge. I spent many of the following days in despair. But even though I was in such a hollow state, Songhui patiently waited for my recovery. She was more like family to me than my abusive father could have ever hoped to be. A sister to replace the brother I had found in Jungi-han. Frankly, nothing would hurt me more than to betray her expectations and disappoint her. And Kasuga-san, as for you and me... I'm wondering what sort of boss you will be. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do.
I don't remember ever becoming your boss. Right now, I think drinking buddy is a better term, don't you?
I see. Then I will do my best to live up to that title.
Well, guess that's finally it for introductions. He sure is shy, that young Soo Kim.
Who's me? Sometimes all you need is a little greens.
Yeah, I bet grubbing on wild plants really takes you back, huh?
This has nothing to do with being homeless. Just thought these were good, okay?
Hey, man, it's cool. Anyway, you call this stuff Sanju, right? It's giving me salad vibes.
It's like lettuce. Actually, the two are related. Anyway, whenever you're eating Korean food, try wrapping the meat in sangchu. That's how we do it.
Okay, then whatever goes good with Sanchu, let's order that.
Oh yeah, crispy pork and crunchy sangchu. Now there's a match made in heaven.
I see you picked the right dish. Congratulations.
What can I say? I was inspired.
Delicious.
ありがとうね。いらっしゃい。
Who's hungry? Me! Gotta say, I'm really digging this pork belly right now.
I'm glad to hear you say that. If you're interested, I could tell you how we eat it in Korea.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Well, it'd be no fun to just say it. So let's turn this into a quiz. Name something that usually comes with samgyeopsal.
Is it...
It sure is. Good job. Perilla, like shiso, has a bitter, almost minty flavor that goes really well with meat.
Yeah? This sounds great. Let's order up then.
Delicious.
ありがとうね。いらっしゃい。
Who's hungry? Me!
Man, I love how duck kalbi's sweet and spicy.
Yup, goes good with the rice and the drinks. But wait, why is it called kalbi even though it's chicken?
Kasuga-kun. Kalbi refers to a cut of meat, not the animal itself.
Huh? Does that mean kalbi's not always beef?
That's what I'm saying. Now let me test your knowledge a bit further. What cut of meat is kalbi anyway? Bravo! Correct you are.
All right!
Kalbi refers to rib meat. Dak just means it's chicken. So dak kalbi would directly translate to something like chicken ribs.
Well, that sounds even tastier. I learned something new today.
Delicious.
ありがとうね。
Ready.
Yo, Kasuga-kun. I've already got a good buzz going.
Oh yeah? Nice. Could use one of those myself. Mind if I join you?
Sure. I was getting kind of bored drinking by myself.
So, what are the Yokohama Liumang guys up to now? Any of them ever swing by your place?
Nah, I don't see him too much. And the ones who sided with Mabuchi seem pretty hesitant to get anywhere near me.
Sounds about right. I mean, they did stage a full-on mutiny and shit. Do you ever wonder why they sided with Mabuchi instead of you?
Not really. But if I know those guys as well as I think, I'd say it was because Mabuchi was easy to understand.
Easy to understand? How you figure?
His goals were crystal clear. Everything for money and power. If rules had to be broken or blood had to be spilled, so be it.
So, in Mabuchi's world, as long as you had balls and muscle, you could work your way to the top.
Even if you stepped on your boys to get there. Long as you swore loyalty to Mabuchi.
Damn, that could get messed up fast. And I thought I heard somewhere that Mabuchi was actually pretty smart. That true?
Oh yeah. He spoke multiple languages, ran numbers better than a calculator, and most important of all, he was just fine with breaking kneecaps. He was born for the underworld. If he'd been Tojo, I bet he would have gone even farther than you.
Well, I don't know about that. I was pretty damn infamous around Kamurocho.
Oh, struck a nerve, did I?
If I hadn't ended up in the slammer, the Tojo clan would be bigger than ever right now.
Anyway, what I wanted to say was that the younger Mabuchi had some talent. Yeah, I even went as far as asking Mabuchi to be my right-hand man because of it.
Huh? You mean you're the guy that gave him all that power?
Oh yeah, I guess I am.
Come on, man, that's not something to laugh about.
Nah, you see, Mabuchi was just that special of a guy back then. He wasn't the type to just chill on the sidelines. Guy won me over too.
How exactly?
When Mabuchi was younger, he just had this, I don't know, I guess you'd call it aspiration. He was going straight to the top, and he had the talent to get there too. He had something I didn't. It's probably why I was so drawn to him. Just like you, Kasuga-kun. Now that I think about it, you two are pretty alike.
Come on, don't say that. Not when Mabuchi became such a scumbag. How'd that happen anyway?
Thinking about it now, I imagine it had something to do with him being promoted to officer. From that moment on, he would challenge me right out in the open. Didn't matter that we were roughly the same age and I outranked him. He probably didn't like that I was born into the top spots, nor that I kept up the weak cooperation policy. Mabuchi was pretty goddamn assertive. As far as I know, I was nothing but a thorn in his side.
Well, then, it sounds like you should have known he'd betray you eventually.
Nah, I probably would have trusted him no matter what he said. But I know my old man and his boys didn't think too highly of him. They said he'd betray us for sure, so it would be better to get rid of him sooner rather than later. They were pretty quick to try and make him disappear.
So what'd you do?
I fought back. I probably mentioned this earlier, but I think it's really dumb when people kill the guys in their own inner circles. And this was during a time when responsibility was starting to fall to me and Mabuchi instead of the old boys. Stomping out Mabuchi was like stomping out our future. So I stood up to them. The elders were pretty tough to persuade. That's the first and only time in my life I'd grovel like that.
You did all that for Mabuchi? Why go through that for a guy who hates you?
True, Mabuchi was a fucking weirdo, and at times an evil son of a bitch. He wasn't likable either. But he had a passion I didn't have. He had talent, and above everything else, I thought of him as my brother. You can see why I don't want him dead.
You're right. Sorry, I was out of line.
I'm getting used to you doing that. Don't worry about it.
Good thing you get me.
Why is that?
'Cause talking like this is great. I see now you're a pretty passionate guy, Zhao.
Oh, me?
Yeah, stop fronting so much already. You're always pulling that shit. That's why I could never figure you the hell out. Now that we're a couple drinks in, I feel like I'm finally getting to know the real Zhao. You got a lot of heart, and you care about your family. That goes a long way in my book.
It's kind of embarrassing when you say it out loud like that.
Look at you, your face is all red. What's up with that?
I'm just drunk. Let's keep knocking him back, yeah?
Sure. To Zhao Senpai, for keeping it real. Cheers!
Cheers.
So itchy.